Hey, what's up guys? It's time to go over some more character patch notes coming up in April for Street Fighter V. Next character we're going to cover is Guile. So let's start off with the first change, which is Guile's forward throw. So it says, recovery after a successful throw has been increased by 3 frames. So this means that after Guile does a forward throw on the opponent, he'll take 3 frames longer before he can act and move again. So it just means that Guile is just slower afterwards, and your opponent has more time to deal with Guile after he's thrown by the forward throw. This is still considered a buff though for Guile if you compare this to his Season 1, because in Season 2 Guile's forward throw gained an advantage by 6 frames, so now they're bringing it down by 3, so Guile is still technically plus 3 more than he was in Season 1. So Capcom probably changed Guile's forward throw specifically when he throws the opponent in the corner, just so the opponent has a fighting chance, because Guile I think is plus 5 when he forward throws the opponent, and he's standing right next to him in the corner, right? Mid-range, he's not close at all, so you don't really get much. But in the corner, you're pretty much in like the threat of throw loop range here, being at plus 5. And also, you're like really easily could do like a median. Guile is really scary in the corner as it is, so they just probably wanted, you know, to give the opponent a chance, basically, after he gets forward thrown. And I'm really surprised that Capcom did not target Guile's back throw. I really am. Because Guile's back throw is super dangerous because he is in throw loop range. I guess if you back throw the opponent while they're in the corner, at least you take him out of the corner. So I understand that logic. Like, you can't just back throw them forever, because, you know, as a Guile player, you want your opponent to be in the corner. So I guess Capcom was considering that as well. Now I know I'm kind of changing the subject here, but I just want to explain how powerful Guile's back throw is. So let's say I knock down Ryu. I'm getting him to do a standing light punch as soon as he gets up. So this is Ryu's fastest normal. It's a 3-frame light. I can still back throw Ryu again before that light even hits me. And you know, some characters don't even have a 3-frame light. So if I get Ryu to do like a crouching light punch, for example, which is 4 frames, but it goes further, you can see it stick out here, I can still grab him. And then, on top of all of this, if you mix in the fact that Guile has, you know, his upside down kick, if the opponent is scared of pressing buttons, then this stops the throws as well, which is really scary. So you layer this all together, and it's just, Guile's back throw was just insane, was pretty much what I'm saying. On top of all this, you know, most Oki you get after, you know, a throw or something, usually it's like some kind of dash, for example. But since Guile is literally just walking forward, Guile has total freedom. He can stop, he can weave in and out, he can do whatever he wants. So I could just walk forward and do like a crush counter. Like, I don't even have to time it. So I'm just really surprised that Capcom did not change his back throw, but they changed his forward throw. It's almost to the point where I think it's a typo, honestly. But it is what it is. So moving on to reverse spin kick. This is Guile's forward hard kick, also known as his upside down kick. It says advantage on hit reduced from plus 6 to plus 4. So this is not that bad of a nerf, honestly. So now Guile can't normally link a crouching medium punch anymore because it's 6 frames. But Guile can still link a crouching light punch afterwards. And so this is still a buff compared to Season 1 Guile. So he can still do upside down kick, crouching light punch, flash kick for example. And if he lands a counter hit with this, you can easily confirm that into a crouching medium punch anyways. So that would still work. It won't be as bad as to, like, you know, an upside down kick to a standing hard punch now, which it is in Season 2. And Guile can still easily convert into V trigger from this because he can cancel crouching light punch into sonic boom. So honestly, I think Guile got off pretty clean with this because upside down kick is still -2 on block, so it's not punishable unless it's like Zangief with full super, for example. So it's still very, very powerful and still better than it was Season 1. I still feel this will be the best command normal in the game even after the April changes. Okay, next change is Guile's medium somersault kick. So this is Guile's medium flash kick specifically. It says, added a hurt box to the attack projectile invincibility for frames 3 to 8, and added invincibility for airborne attacks for frames 1 to 8. This is kind of odd that they changed this one, since Guile's flash kick doesn't fall under the shuriken-like attacks category that Capcom says they were changing across the board. But Guile's flash kicks do have upper body invincibility, and Guile still gets crush countered on recovery of the flash kicks, so I guess Capcom just wanted his medium flash kick to be more in line with the other shuriken changes across the board. So as a buff, this means that Guile will now never trade with the opponent as long as he uses the medium kick version if the opponent is airborne, because now it's just completely invincible to all airborne attacks. So Capcom is encouraging Guile players to use the medium kick version as the anti-air of choice now. But at the same time, it seems that the medium kick flash kick is nerfed as well, since it has lost its strike and projectile invincibility. But it looks like it's still projectile invincible from frames 1 to 2 though, so you can use that as a reversal if the opponent is throwing a fireball like right next to you. So finally we have Guile's V-trigger now. It says the number of V-gauge blocks increased from 2 to 3. So Guile's V-trigger will now be a 3-bar V-trigger again like it was in Season 1. So this is technically a revert. I guess you can see this as a nerf in any way. The only way you can see this as some kind of buff is that technically Guile will be able to do, 3 V reversals in a match if it's a full stock. But that's not the only change to Guile's V-trigger. Guile's Sonic Break and EX Sonic Break V-timer gauge consumption has been restored to Season 1. So to clarify, Sonic Break is Guile's follow-up Sonic Booms after he throws one, and his single-shot Sonic Boom when he presses V-trigger again when it's active. So to remind you guys what was changed in Season 2, the V-gauge timer for a single shot was increased for Season 2, so Guile actually got nerfed in Season 2 for the single shot. So since that's being reverted, this will be a buff to Guile in April. And then the V-gauge timer for the follow-up shots was decreased, so that means that was a buff for Season 2, so in April this will now be nerfed because it will consume more. And then finally, the V-gauge timer for the EX version of Sonic Breaks has been increased, so that was a nerf for Guile in Season 2, but now this will be buffed in April because it'll consume less. So what they did is they compensated Guile for having a 3-bar V-trigger again. So technically this means that Guile's V-trigger in April will still be stronger than it was in Season 1 because we still have some good buffs to Guile's V-trigger because his Sonic Booms do more damage. They're 10 more damage for the follow-ups. So it's still a stronger version than Guile was in Season 1, and they did compensate Guile for having a 3-bar V-trigger again, so it's still more powerful because the consumptions have been changed. So overall, my final verdict on Guile for this patch alone is slightly nerfed. I would even go as far as say barely nerfed. He's still definitely stronger than his Season 1 counterpart for sure, and I definitely feel that Guile will still be top tier in April. Upside down kick is still insane, back throw is intact, and V-trigger is just simply reverted but still stronger than it was in Season 1, and I feel like these 3 things combined is what makes Guile so strong in the first place. So if you're a Guile player, you have nothing to worry about these changes. It brings Guile down just a slight amount, but he's still really powerful and you can still do the same things that he could do before. So that wraps up the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think of these changes for Guile. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Do you think they should have changed something else? Be sure to like the video, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as of course I'll be covering more characters in the future. So yeah, guys, till next time, take care.